And there's the ready coffee all framed up. We got to do another video again on that soon. Figured today we do a little something different. What's up, everybody? The Germ. We'll do what I'm going to call a ride and talk. Maybe we come up with something different for that and make it into like a little series. So tell you guys about my weekend, what's going on today. So today it's about 9 o'clock and I'm going to work, and I wake up this morning to a phone call from my daughter's school. No school today. No school today. So inclement weather coming in. There's a winter weather advisory. So I look outside. She gets up at 6:25. I look outside. Nothing. I guess they're expecting some snow at some point. So no school today. It's only snowed twice. I'm already sick of it. It seemed like it was never coming, and now it's never gonna stop. So yeah, winter weather advisory. I'll show you guys what it looks like. We got that big winter snowstorm I showed you guys, and all that melted away, and then we got like another couple inches, and we have snow again. This is what the roads look like right now as of January. I believe today is the 23rd, 2024. Definitely some snow on the ground. This is from the previous snow, not the original snow I showed you guys. And you can see the roads are white. And if you're not from the Northeast, that's because they are covered in salt to melt all the ice and snow. And it works very well, but definitely makes your car look very dirty. Over the weekend, I did something really fun. Unfortunately, not something I could really record. We went to this place. It's in a very big mall. I think it's like the 10th or 12th largest mall in the country. It's called the Palisades Center Mall. It's in West Nyack, New York. Most people just call it the Palisades Mall. That's what I call it. It's about an hour and 20 minutes from my home, and they got some really cool things there. They got a Dave & Buster's, which if you're not familiar with the Dave & Buster's, is like a large arcade bar restaurant. It's really a cool place. It's for adults and for kids, so that's awesome. I go there quite often. They have an ice skating rink in the mall. They have a Ferris wheel in the mall. They have one of those giant rope courses that are 4 stories tall. Mall is very large, and it is 4 floors, and if you want to count it, there's actually a basement that there used to be up to very recently a parking garage down there. It's still there, but they don't allow you to use it anymore. The reason why they don't use it anymore is because there was a lawsuit because somebody fell, because the mall is built on a landfill and it's constantly sinking, and the blacktop down there is very uneven. I guess a man a couple years ago fell and ended up breaking his hip, and after breaking his hip, he went into surgery and died during the surgery. So if he never fell, he probably would still be alive. So the reason why I bring this up is because I'm going to get into the next story, the next part of this. So we went to this place, and I don't remember what it's called. It's probably like Gravity Vault or something like that. We've been wanting to do it a long time. My daughters wanted to do it a long time, and they opened up maybe a year or two ago, and the last time we went to the mall, we were going to do it. And of course, after talking about it time after time after time of visiting the mall, we finally decided to do it the last time I was there. And they closed because they were having problems. And that was on a Sunday. So that's really a sucky day to close. So we tried it again this Sunday, and guess what? We were successful. We did it. We did an hour and a half. They had, I think they have around 35 rooms, and 32 of the rooms were open. And there were different kinds of things like obstacles and things like that. There were some mind games, some brain things, some strength things. There was some pretty cool things. There was they're hard to describe, some of them, but there was one where like the floor is lava, and this is one of the ones I like because I do good at strength stuff. The brainy stuff, I don't do very good at solving puzzles. But it was pretty cool. You start out in there's the floor is not really lava, obviously, right? So if you touch the floor, there's a sensor, ends the game. You have like basically maybe 2 minutes to get through a room, and depending on the room, some might be a minute, some might be 2 minutes, some might be 3. So this one was a little bit of a longer. I don't remember the exact time. Might have been like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. But you start off in the room, and on the wall are a bunch of these climbing hooks, if you've ever seen a climbing wall. So a bunch of climbing hooks on a climbing wall. You climb across, which are really hard. My arms and my legs are sore today, and I'm guessing it's from that one. And it made it across that one. The next one on the wall, which I didn't notice right away, there was a cargo net, and then there was a set of of swinging monkey bars. I like things difficult, so I went with the swinging monkey bars. I pointed out to my daughter and my guest who was with me that there was a cargo net on the side. They both got through that. It was a really, really cool thing. There were some other obstacles and other things in that room. I don't remember what they were, but it was really cool. We failed because we didn't make it by time, but everybody made it somehow without touching the floor, which was really awesome. So all these different rooms, puzzles, it was really cool. Not all of them were like that, where they were like strength related. There was one where we got a ball, and we had to get the ball from one side of the room to another in like a maze that was built into the wall without dropping it in certain spots, because if you dropped it, it starts over. That was pretty cool. That took us about 3 tries, and we got that figured out and did that, and it took all 3 of us to get it done. Another room had all these different lights on it that you had to touch, and they would all light up. And if you touched the wrong light, one that wasn't lit up, you lost 5 points. The max you could get in a room was 100 points. It was really, really cool, and they were all different like that. And you got tired out. There was one other room I'll tell you guys about. It was like Mexican themed, and there was like these faces on the wall, and they had red eyes, and the ones that had red eyes could see you. So you got like 2 seconds where the eyes went red, and then you had to hide in the room. These rooms are small, and you had to hide behind boxes, in boxes and stuff. It was pretty cool, but nothing lifted up, so you couldn't like hide underneath anything. You could go inside a box. Some of the boxes were hollow. It was really neat, and if they saw you, it would end the game. That was really fun. We enjoyed that one. We actually did that one twice. The first time we failed almost immediately. The second time, I think we got 70 points out of 100. I don't know how. I don't know, because I thought if it just sees you, it ends the game. So I don't know how you don't. I would think it would be either 0 or 100. But yeah, we made it all the way to the end of that one. So we got finished with that. We walked around the mall a little bit, went to Lego store, checked out all the new cool Lego sets. Didn't end up buying anything, even though it was double points weekend, which is a big deal. It only happens like once every other month, I think, or once a month maybe. Stopped myself from buying anything there. I got to be honest, as an adult, you need to go in the Lego store. I think you're going to be quite surprised if you have a Lego store in your area of what they sell and what they offer. They're actually really, really cool now, the sets. There's one that I want to buy. It's the Concorde, the supersonic, I don't know, jetliner that used to fly. So there's also a really cool space shuttle that I like, but they're $200. I stopped myself from buying anything. So we're leaving the mall. We parked somewhere we don't normally park, and I was like, you know what? Let's just park somewhere different. So at the beginning of this video, I started telling you about the guy who a couple years ago fell in the parking garage, and now the parking garage is closed underneath the mall and you can't park there. The mall is 4 floors tall, including the parking garage is 5, which if you go up to the top of the 4th floor, there are some spots where you can see all the way down to the 5th floor. I think there's 2 or 3 spots into the parking garage where it's tiled and then it's windowed around, so it still looks nice. It still like conforms with the mall. And unfortunately, with tall structures, people do crazy things, like commit suicide. So the mall has had in its past, if you Google it, probably, I would say, pretty close to 8 to 10 suicides. It's very sad, very unfortunate. And up until Sunday, the 22nd, I have fortunately never been there for one of these suicides. And this Sunday, we were there for one of them. It was very sad. And we went to the, like I said, we parked in a very unusual spot, which we normally park in. And most of the time, the suicides have been inside the mall. Or I think every single time they've been inside the mall where someone's jumped. Well, this time when we parked the car, normally we park near the Cheesecake Factory, where if you're not familiar with the mall, you don't know where that is, or by Best Buy. This time, those parking lots are very short. I decided to park in a different spot. I parked in the corner of Macy's and Lord & Taylor. Lord & Taylor went out of business, so there's not usually a lot of cars there, and I noticed a mall entrance that I have never noticed before that was right in between those. So I was like, all right, you know, we'll park over here. So when leaving the mall, I think we left the mall at about 5 o'clock. We went to go out the entrance that we came in, and it was all roped off. Couldn't go out. And we're like, what the heck? And then there was a security guard off in the distance. stopping people from going that way, just waving us on. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I'm like, I had a suspicion in my head that I think something happened. And we walk out we have to walk down through Macy's. So we walk through the Macy's store, we walk out the Macy's, and there's about 4 police cars and a Suburban there. And then, one of these pop-up tents, the kind you would see like at a flea market, or if you were having a barbecue, you might bring one to shield the sun. But the pop-up tent, instead of standing up, it was facing down, and there was all these lights. Like, if you ever got pulled over at nighttime, the cop always puts their light in your mirror so you can't see them coming, and then whenever they get to your car, you're like, whoa, where'd you come from? All the lights were facing us, that were at that scene by the tent. And I'm looking, and I whisper over to my person that's with me, and I keep it away from my daughter because I don't want her knowing what's going on. And I said, someone died over there. And she's like, how do you know that? I said, just I can tell what's going on, with the tent sideways and all that stuff. And so Monday I did like a Google search to see what was going on, because there's nowhere, like, it's not like inside the mall where you can climb over a railing and just jump. So I couldn't understand, like, if someone died, maybe they had a heart attack or something like that. But apparently what happened was, and all the details haven't been released yet, the person's name and age haven't been released because they're still contacting the family. So apparently what happened was, somehow, I don't know if this was a mall employee or maybe an ex-mall employee that knew the layout of the mall, this person got to the roof of the mall outside, which in that section, I guess it would be about 4 levels, plus they have a high roof. It might even be 5 stories. And they jumped off and committed suicide. So very sad, very odd coincidence that I always park in a different location. I happen to park there this time, and it's very tragic for their family. And you never know what's going through people's minds. We could have walked right past this person, in the mall at some point during the day. You don't know. You wish you could have done something. You wish you could have said something. If you're ever thinking about doing something like this, go get some help. Talk to people, because your life's worth living. It's very sad. It's very tragic, because not only did you end your life, you affected countless people in your life emotionally. I couldn't even imagine, how, if a family member lost somebody by suicide, what they go through and the emotions that they go through, the stress. Someone lost their mother or their father or their sister or their brother, or their son or their daughter. It's very sad. So, definitely get some help. Don't want to end it on this, but this is the way it's going to end. So if you guys want to check the story out, just Google Clarkstown Police, Palisades Mall. I think it was 12224, and it will come up. It was very vague. It was not inside the mall, so if you're going to see a lot of stuff that comes up that would happen inside the mall. This was outside of the mall, so leaving. So they basically, unfortunately, hit concrete. I mean, there's no grass over there. But yeah, I figured we'd do a drive and talk and tell you what our weekend was like, and that's that. Crazy story. If you need help, get some help. I know there's suicide prevention hotlines out there. I don't have any of the numbers off the top of my head, but if you need some help, get some help. Guys, I am the Germ. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.